Hi guys, it's Erin from Ginger's Florals. In our last video that I posted, we did a whole bunch of seed starting perennials and others. And I wanted to talk to you about Lupin. We didn't quite get there because the Lupin, I had forgotten, the Lupin needed to soak. So I'll have a little bit of video, but what I had to do was take the seeds, put them in a mason jar with the label, and I had to let them soak in hot water. I poured in some water out of the tea kettle and filled it with some regular tap water so that it wasn't scalding, and let them soak. And I'll show you a close-up of a couple of them, but they have plumped. They have double, tripled in size. So I'll show you what those look like here in a little bit. But the reason I wanted to talk to you specifically about Lupin is in this zone, in zone 8B, they're a fantastic perennial. They love it in the borders of the forest, in a garden bed, and they'll come back year over year, and if you're not careful and deadhead, they can reseed themselves and expand your lupin patch. But they like a couple different things when growing. So they like to germinate around 60 degrees. So I will not be putting these under on top of a heat mat. And they also like it to be dark when they germinate. So I'm gonna make sure that they go into the seed or into the hole a couple times deeper than the seed is wide. And then I'll cover them and put a thick layer of vermiculite on them and let them germinate like that. So the other thing about these is after they germinate, they don't really like their roots disturbed. So I'm gonna use this great big deep seed tray for these because they will go out in about 8 weeks. They can go out into the ground before the last frost date. So this will put them about the middle of April. Or excuse me, the middle of March when these go out, and they'll be just fine. They're perennial here. They won't have an issue as long as the soil isn't frozen. I can get them in there and they'll do good. Some of these I'm gonna grow to sell at the farmers market, and a bunch of these are just gonna go into our gardens because I love them. Now the varieties that I got are from the Russell Lupin Mix Band of Nobles. And I have the Pages, which is kind of a red with pink in it. And then I have the Chandelier variety, which is kind of a soft yellow. And then the last one that I have is My Castle. So that one is sort of a dark pink with some lavender. It is absolutely beautiful. I grew all of these last season. They're a variety that will bloom on the first year that you plant them, and then year over year they'll just get better, more prolific. Like I said, some of these will go to the farmers market and some of these will just go in the gardens because I love them. And and I wanted to show you the difference after soaking. So these seeds, you can see this one here is big and fat. They were all about this size or smaller before I started soaking them yesterday. Now you can soak these for up to 3 days and they'll all plump, but I wouldn't do it any longer than that. Another thing that you could do is to scarify them. So you take the seed, you don't have to soak it or anything, but you get a nail file or something and you can etch into the side of the seed, and what that does is make it so that the seed can expand. It's got a really hard shell, and the soaking and the scarifying, it basically breaks that seed shell so that the germination can actually happen. If you're gonna plant them, you can direct sow them out into the garden in the fall around here, and you don't have to do any of that, and they will germinate all on their own. The fall and winter rains and the scratchy soil itself will do the scarification for you. So that's another option. So the other thing that I didn't get to that I'm going to plant now is my nasturtium. So normally these are they're a warm season plant, and you wouldn't normally start these as early as I'm going to, but I will sell most of these at the farmer's market in hanging baskets. So I start them early enough so that they're blooming by the early spring. That way people can see what the flowers look like in the baskets when we're there to sell them. And they can, the best part about nasturtium is that as long as they have a good spot that they like to be, you're deadheading them, don't let them go to seed, and then fertilize them on a regular basis, they will bloom all season long. And then towards the end of the season, if you like, you can let them bloom out and go to seed, and you can collect the seed, and they're very easy to start. So these ones I'll plant in just a regular 72 plug tray. I have some of these are older seeds, so I'll probably put 2 in each, but I have these scarlet, and then the other one that I have is called the Alaska Mix. It's kind of a variegated color. I'll put a picture up on the seed. Both of these are fantastic, and they have a big fat seed that wants to have a lot of room to grow. And even though I'm starting these at in a regular seed tray, they won't be in there for very long, and then they'll go into either 4-inch pots or into the hanging baskets or into the garden. You can see these are pretty good sized seeds. Some people will tell you that you need to soak them or do some other kind of, I don't know, funky things to them. I've never had to do any of that. I just put them in the dirt, let them germinate just like anything else, and they grow just fine. They're really good if you wait until, in zone 8B, if you wait until mid-April or into May, you can just plant them into your garden bed and they will grow, and then they have a tendency to reseed, and you could have them forever without trying too hard. Although with as cold as it's been this winter, they might not have made it. So like I said, I've only got a couple things I'm planting up today just to catch you up from what I didn't get through in the last video. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time explaining how I do the seed starting. I have another video, you can look back at that or even at the last one. But the gist of it is, I'll put the seed in the hole, cover them up, cover it with vermiculite, water them in, and then put them in under the lights. The nasturtium does want to be a little warmer, so I will put that one onto the heat mat until it germinates, but like I said, the lupin doesn't want to. So I'm gonna get set up and I will video what I can, and then yeah, take you along with. Okay guys, well that's it. We got through the 2 things that I missed the other day. The lupin, I wanted to walk you through that specifically because it's a little bit different. And then the nasturtium that we just didn't get to. I'm pretty excited. The seed rack is pretty full. Soon enough, these will all start moving down the benches as it warms up and we don't need the heat mats for them. But yeah, it's another good step towards getting everything going for the season. I just love this time of year. There's so much excitement, so much promise. So if you want to know more about specifics on seed starting, I have another video that we did a couple back that you can go look back up, and it walks you through step by step everything that I do. Otherwise, I'm just glad that you're here, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye.